Roma have made a permanent bid for Manchester United forward jadon Sancho, worth £20 million. United forward Rasmus Hojlund is open to a move to AC Milan, according to our colleagues at Sky in Italy. Hi there, welcome back. Let's focus on Manchester United now. Their focus right now is on outgoings. It looks like jadon Sancho's exit from the club is getting closer. Roma have made an offer to sign the forward for around £20 million. Surely, Mark, this would be something that will tempt Manchester United.
Well, he's one of the players that Manchester United want to sell. He's into the last year of his contract. He's on massive wages as well, so that's another drain on the club system, particularly when they're conscious of PSR. So therefore, you'd imagine this is the type of offer that will get Manchester United to the table. They know they're going to have to take a hit on what they paid Borussia Dortmund for him, around £73 million. So, it was a big deal back then. Safe to say this hasn't really worked out. Roma are offering, like you say, £20 million, but getting him off the wage bill is probably worth another £15 to £20 million this year as well. So it could be a deal that happens. We know that Borussia Dortmund were also interested in taking him, but as of yet, there's been no formal offer to Manchester United. I get the feeling this one might happen. Players open to moving to Serie A. He's had some good experiences in the Bundesliga. Didn't work out at Chelsea last season. It feels like it's only a matter of time now before jadon Sancho is no longer a Manchester United player.
And Sancho not the only United player that they're hoping to move on in this window. The other being Rasmus Hojlund. Mark, he said, and he had said over the course of the summer, that he wants to stay and fight for his place at Manchester United. But it feels like his stance may have just shifted now.
Yeah, this was news that came out whilst we were on air yesterday, actually, from our colleague Sky in Italy, who said that AC Milan had positive contact with his representatives. And whilst his stance had been, I want to stay at Manchester United, I want to earn my place in that team, and I want to prove to the Old Trafford fans that I am one of the best strikers I can possibly be, it hasn't worked out. But now the stance is softening. The minutes have not been as frequent in pre-season as he would have hoped for. And I'm presuming at some stage Ruben Amorim has said, look, Rasmus, thanks so much, but you're not going to get game time. Benjamin Sesko is our number one striker. You might be coming off the bench, if at all. So actually, my best advice is go and play, go and develop. You had a really successful spell in Serie A at Atalanta before you joined us. Go back there, continue to prove yourself, continue to score goals, continue to develop. So it feels like now that stance for the player has probably changed, knowing that his days at Manchester United are over. There's all sorts of discussions happening with regards to permanent loans with options and obligations. But again, he's another one that feels like he's edging towards the exit at the Theatre of Dreams.
And are you expecting Benjamin Sesko to be a significant upgrade on Rasmus Hojlund?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's shown consistently over the last 2 seasons that he can lead the line and score goals in the Bundesliga. And I guess this is the point. Look, Man United really need this signing to work. There is no other option than it works for them, because they've spent a lot on him. He's taken a bit of leap of faith in joining them as well. And he's kind of trusted them with his future, because he said, I trust you to make me into one of the best strikers or help me become one of the best strikers in the world. United have not been brilliant at developing players, at helping them find that extra level in recent years. So there's, I think, a leap of faith for both player and club. I mean, what we've seen with Sesko, and of course, because he came through Salzburg, he was compared a lot to Erling Haaland. They're similar physically. They're big guys who've got a turn of pace that you wouldn't expect to look at them. But they're very different sort of players. Like, Sesko never really hinted at being the sort of goal scorer, the sort of fox in the box, the extraordinaire that Haaland was. But Haaland never really had his all-round game, which has improved actually while he's been in Germany. Now, I've been quite surprised by the amount of goals that he has scored in Germany, even though he had a couple of little droughts which brought his overall total down last season. He's still got nigh on 20 goals in all competitions for both of those seasons. I think it is a question of how much United can develop him. I think, unfortunately, Rasmus Hojlund has been... I think he was bought too soon, a little bit like Joshua Zirkzee, and really, I guess Sesko is that little bit further down the line, but by the same token, you're looking at a little bit like when Alexander Isak arrived in the Premier League. There's someone who's already proven at the top level, but can hit that next level. And that's the aim for Šeško, isn't it? To become one of the absolute best in the Premier League, which he's got the ability to do. It's just, is United the right place for him to do it? A lot on it for both of them.
OK, let's wait to see if Hojlund gets that move to AC Milan. Let's get to our first Premier League manager of the morning. Brighton's Carlos Baleba has been the subject of interest from Manchester United this summer. Can Brighton keep hold of him? Here's the thoughts of their boss, Fabian Hürzeler.
Bit of news about Carlos Baleba and his future at the club. From what you know, how confident are you that he will be a Brighton player come the end of the window?
Very, very, very confident.
Yeah?
Yes.
Any particular reason why?
Just my belief.
Okay. How has he been over the last few weeks? Obviously, he's picked up this knee injury. So, firstly, is he in line to play tomorrow? But also, how is he been dealing with this? He's just 21 years old. There is a lot of noise. How's his state of mind as well as his physical fitness?
I didn't see any change. He only changed his hairs. So I think that was the only change he made the last 2 weeks. But overall, he seems to be in a really good place. He's enjoying it with his teammates. He's enjoying it being a Brighton player. He's very grateful to have the process he had in the last season. So I didn't see any big change. And he's an option to start for tomorrow, yes.
So Fabian Hürzeler said he's confident that Carlos Baleba will stay at Brighton. Mark, it does feel like it's going to be a very, very tough deal for Manchester United to do. Would you expect him to remain a Brighton player following the 1st of September?
I would say he's probably going to be a Brighton player, 99.999999%. I think that the chance of Manchester United signing him are quite slim. We know that Brighton drive a hard bargain and they don't let players go on the cheap. And they've invested a lot of money as well. He's not like one of these players that's come in for £4 or £5 million and then, that they can sell for a huge profit. They invested, £25 million when they signed him from Lille a couple of years ago. And of course, at the moment, there's been no club-to-club talk. All of the noise has come out of the media, really, and from the Manchester United end. So I would be absolutely gobsmacked, unless it was an astronomical offer that Brighton simply couldn't turn down, that he wasn't still down on the south coast on September the 2nd.
OK, plenty more to come from Fabian Hürzeler later on in the morning. So much